We live in a time of political turbulence. All too often, Republicans and Democrats carry on in heated debates over the constitutionality of this or that. Extremely partisan politics rule the day. In 5 minutes, you will have a working knowledge of what the Constitution is and how it functions. Welcome back to Explaining Difficult Stuff. We will explain one of the most brilliant legal documents ever written in simple terms. So, let's dive in. The Constitution was written in 1787 and consisted of 4 pages of parchment. It was made up of 7 sections, or articles, that set forth the structure of the government. That was the extent of the Constitution. It was as brilliant as it was brief. After the Revolutionary War, the Constitution of the United States and its democratic institutions came under the watchful eye of other countries, like France and England. At the time of the Civil War, many incredulous European governments took comfort in the belief that the experiment was about to collapse. They questioned whether a government could survive without being led by royal lineage or an elite class. They referred to it as the Great American Experiment. To their royal disappointment, the experiment survived and flourished. This video focuses on the content and structure of the document that held this great experiment together, and less on its history. The United States Constitution is both a legal and symbolic document that is grounded on 4 principles of government. The first being the rule of law. This principle holds that all people, groups, and organizations must obey and be held responsible for following the law. The second principle is representative democracy. This form of government places elected representatives between the public and the creation of laws. Instead of the public creating laws, officials are elected to carry out the wishes of their constituency. The third principle is that of popular sovereignty. The Constitution begins with the words, "We the people." That phrase immediately captures the vision the Founding Fathers had of a government that derived its power, not from a king or other sovereign. Instead, the United States would be ruled by the popular sovereignty of the people. The fourth principle that our government is based on is a separation of powers. This is a mechanism that ensures no one branch of government gathers too much power. With the history of Europe in mind, the Founding Fathers did not want the power of the government too narrowly concentrated. The first 3 articles of the Constitution balanced power between 3 branches of the government. Specifically, Congress would make the laws, the executive branch would enforce them, and the judicial branch would interpret them. Each of the branches can check the powers of the other 2. This system of checks and balances prevents any one branch from becoming overly powerful. Thus, we have the phrase, balance of power. The Supreme Court has the power to examine federal laws, and all branches of government, and to strike them down if found unconstitutional. The Supreme Court tries to minimize situations where it asserts itself as superior to the President or Congress. But, the Supreme Court assumes the power to declare acts of Congress as unconstitutional. The next 4 articles of the Constitution describe the rights of state governments and their responsibilities. As time passed, changes were needed. The first 10 changes, or amendments, are known as the Bill of Rights. They protect individual liberties and justice and place restrictions on the powers of government. The last of these first 10 amendments was passed in 1791. From 1795 to 1865, only 2 amendments were passed. Broadly speaking, it can be inferred that the first 12 amendments were more focused on individual rights, while those that followed, fueled by the experience of the Civil War, focused more on the rights of the federal government. In total, 27 amendments have been made to the Constitution. To amend the Constitution, a majority vote must happen in both houses. Then 75% of the state legislatures must approve it. Today, the United States Constitution has served as an inspirational template for governments around the globe. Its influence can be found in words used in the constitutions of other countries. It is a uniquely powerful document and the product of very intelligent statesmen. Through thick and thin, it has ushered the United States to its position as the world's #1 superpower. I said we would be done in about 5 minutes, and we did it. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to Explaining Difficult Stuff. You will be notified each week when a new video is posted. We appreciate it. It gives us the incentive to keep reaching out to people of all ages with our videos. Thanks for watching Explaining Difficult Stuff. For further research, 2 links are provided in the description. The first link will direct you to a copy of the Constitution of the United States. The second will provide you with a convenient list of all 27 amendments. By the way, there is no cure for curiosity.